This is the Iowa Weather Report for Wednesday, January 23rd, 2013. Now our first look at the 0Z GFS Model Run. At noon today, we still have the trough over the eastern, about half the country, some energy from northern Minnesota through the Great Lakes. Could kick off a little bit of snow activity across at least far northeast Iowa, mainly in Minnesota and Wisconsin. Accumulations not looking likely. Highs in the teens to near 30, colder northeast to warmer south and west. And that's the same here for Thursday as well. High pressure about over Eau Claire, Wisconsin, or the Twin Cities. So light winds, so fairly cool Thursday morning. Highs back into the teens northeast to near 30 south and west. Thursday night into Friday, we could see a disturbance that could bring a little bit of snow activity. This could bring a dusting to maybe an inch of snow, nothing overly heavy. And then Friday, it clears out to the east. Saturday, it'll be in the 20s to lower 30s with high pressure and rain beginning to break out to our south and west over Oklahoma and Texas. And then on Sunday, that moves north and eastward. Depending on the amount of shallow cold air around, we could see some rain if there isn't any, a rain-snow mix if there's some, or snow if there's a lot of shallow cold air. And Monday, that's out of here. Temperatures remaining around the freezing mark. Well, a few more clouds than sun, though. But still slightly above normal, at least here. But Tuesday, this is the storm we've been watching. The GFS has been a little bit suspect on the path, so if this was to be correct, we could see some rain, maybe a bit of thunder, snow to the backside, and a week from today, next Wednesday, that storm is now lifting to the north and east into the Great Lakes, and a trough digging out across the center part of the country with ridges out in the Pacific and the Atlantic. And at the surface, we'd have a bombing low pressure north of about Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, and a lot of cold air sweeping southward and some thunderstorms along the east coast, so we'll have to wait and see about this. But a couple days after this, on February the 3rd, trough over the eastern half of the country, a ridge over the west. We have a northwesterly flow coming out of Canada. And that would indicate, with a bit of energy along that there could be some lake effect snow to our east, but around here high pressures overhead, and that means cold temperatures, maybe back into the teens to lower 20s for highs, and lows in the single digits to 10. And at the end of the forecast on February the 7th, we have more of a zonal pattern, although still a little bit out of the north and west, some energy through the Great Lakes states. And if this pans out, which it may or may not, we could have a pretty big storm system over the eastern half of the country and another cold snap coming down with high pressure moving in from the northwest that could bring temperatures to the teens and 20s for highs and lows in the single digits. Here's a satellite image from last evening. We had some high and mid-level clouds streaming in from the northwest that brought a few flurries last evening, some clouds over the Florida peninsula, and a storm system moving into the west coast. The watch warning map from last evening, still some wind chill advisories and wind chill warnings across the northern tier of the country, lake effect snow warnings in the Great Lakes, some freeze warnings in Florida and Georgia, and some air stagnation and freezing rain in the northwest. QPF chart precipitation over the next 5 days through Sunday evening at 6 o'clock, showing decent amounts of precipitation in the west, and around here, maybe a quarter to maybe a half an inch of liquid equivalent through Sunday.